Hi everybody, today's reading is a short one. Hopefully I'll try and put this out midweek when people tend to prefer shorter readings, I guess, I don't know. It's 3 changes to make in work next year. A quick read to see what energy is coming towards you and how to react to get the best you possibly can to be boss, to boss of your situation. The best you possibly can out of your work situation. The Fool is number 1. The Ace of Water is number 2 and the Lovers is number 3. Just going to go down and see how it unravels, but at the moment I get a feeling with the Fool and Cancer, totally different energies to me. There's a feeling of wanting security, but there's a feeling of wanting to make a change with the Fool card here. You've got the 3 of Pentacles for the situation surrounding. With this particular picture, it looks like you're called into an office or you're called either for an interview and you have a decision to make, and it may be to do with finances, whether it goes in the way of redundancies, I'll just say that quickly, let's just pretend that's not true, or whether it's a case of like a promotion or you get offered a different position with different responsibilities and a financial change here, or you just get an interview and you have to decide whether you want to do it, whether it's like more hours than you actually wanted because you wanted your freedom but you want the security. It's a play up between different things here. But it feels like you're called in and either interviewed or have a conversation with somebody with this card here. Let's just put out the first row. Okay, this has got a feeling with the Lovers card and you've got the 2 of Swords there. I'm thinking decisions. You're going to have a decision put on a plate in front of you and you're going to have to make it. And I think you're going to have a choice between security or freedom. And the way forward is to choose the one, make the decision and choose the one that takes the most guts, the one that's a little bit frightening, the one that pushes you outside your comfort zone but makes you feel alive, is what I would say here. Let's have a look at the next bit. Okay, I feel that if you do get called up for something, it's not going to be straightforward. I feel it's going to be something antagonistic about it, where something is given to you or offered to you that gets you back up in some way. And you may play with, okay, well, if you're going to play that game, this is the path I'm going to take. But take the brave path. Take that path that allows you to feel like you're going to be proud of yourself in 10 years' time. Or when you look back, you feel like you've lived your life rather than dribbled through your life, is what I would say here. Something's offered that makes you to almost want to wrap something up. And there's like, well, you've still got something left. This is what I'm going to do. Let me just put an extra one on the finances here. Okay, once again, it's just saying the same thing. It's like finances or fight, or finances and security or feeling alive here. And this is saying, because you've got like the Fool coming up and the Queen of Wands, it's take the one that makes you feel like you are challenged, the one that makes you feel more confident. Whether it's not an actual new job or whether it's just a sideline or some sort of project that you need to take on, it's take it on if you think it's going to add to your experience rather than your pocket. Or if you're unemployed or you're in a job that isn't paying enough, it's take a risk. There's a lot of men in this. There's a feeling here that of being in a work situation surrounded by different men and being content in that. This doesn't feel like any relationship You have got the Lovers at the top, but I don't feel it's got anything to do with it whatsoever. I don't know. Unless you are already in a situation with somebody you're attracted to in work, but may not be good for you, and you're searching for something else. Yeah, if you are in a situation with somebody in work who perhaps is holding back from you, who you may be attracted to, and you get offered something else, it's take the something else here. It's like search for something that feels fulfilling inside yourself rather than giving your energy to somebody else. It's take the brave decision, the one that feels a bit uncomfortable for the first 3 months, but you eventually look back and think, thank the Lord for that. That it feels like a conversation will be had in your work situation where you are actually facing up to, facing with somebody. It's like, those meetings you get when you're interviewed by a panel. Where the decision is almost put on you. It doesn't feel like, to me, it doesn't feel like it's something horrendous, like you get pulled up and, redundancy. It feels like you are slightly unsettled by something that's said. And so you decide possibly to get another ball rolling. And if something comes towards you that feels as if, oh my God, dare I? Then I feel like, yeah, you dare. You should do it. And the Ten of Pentacles here, it's like, as long as you've got enough money to cover your bills and you've got enough money to, put food on the table and keep yourself secure, then just, make sure that is your backdrop. Keep your Cancerian bits, your family focused, your nurturing, your emotional stability, but take a risk with, as long as your bases are covered. That's what I've got, pile number 1. Quick reading. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much. Bye. Yet with regards to you and a work situation, hold on, this has got a creepy gentle feeling about, not creepy as in creepy, but something moving slowly creepy, like creepy softly monkey. I don't never know what it is, but it just sounds so good. Ace of Water and the Taurus card here. To me it feels something artistic. It feels like you're probably the water and the Taurus card and the little girl looking at me, but it's like big business with it. It's like a conventional feeling here. Why does the Temperance feel conventional to me? And I don't mean conventional as in like, this is what I'm saying and this is it and it's not going to change. It's more like a office or a work situation because it's big, I suppose, and I'm translating that in my head as in like a building. So this could be something to do like working, you may have an artistic type job but you do it in what I would say a building. It's not like a home, or you're not self-employed. Maybe that's something that's on your mind. And the Eight of Pentacles, you may be working towards something, maybe studying, maybe going to college, with the higher learning and the Hierophant card there, and the Taurus working steadily towards it and doing something that is like photography or emotionally driven, and you're working steadily for it is what I've got. Let me just see, may change. Okay, this is what I feel. I think I'm going to have to change the title, to be honest, because I'm not getting 3 answers out of this, but it's interesting. You've got the Nine of Pentacles, which has got a feeling of you've been building towards something, perhaps learning something, perhaps gaining, certain skills, and it has a feeling of softness about it. So I don't know what your skills are in, but it has a feeling of perhaps, I don't know, it's like photography, poetry, beauty, something beautiful, artistic, window design, or then it could be pottery, could be like, I don't know, it's got a feeling of something that looks good or feels good, or you present to the public and people are like, that's nice. And this has got a feeling of a building. The Nine of Pentacles makes me think that you have been working away with it for quite a long time. You're familiar with it, but you've either got no finances or you can't get into a particular job situation, with the Temperance and the Hierophant card there. There's a feeling here of contacts, making contacts with people. The Queen of Wands here is confidence in yourself. The Nine of Pentacles, the way that you're going to get that confidence is starting small. Starting small, just applying yourself and not so much faking it before you make it, but just gaining your confidence bit by bit until you become something bigger than you think that you possibly could. Because even the Eight of Pentacles here is working slowly towards something. So this won't be it, but this is what I have an idea in my head. It's like you design at home something, graphic design, I've no idea, but something that is good to look at or that helps people in some way. You maybe are working on your own or trying to work towards getting a place in college, or perhaps you apply to go to a company and work with lots of other people, where you may have worked in a smaller company. It's like you're gaining the skills, but you may actually feel that you're not quite there yet. And this is saying, just do small steps until you start. It's like apply for it, get yourself out there, practice connecting with others. I don't know what that means, but the Knight of Swords is if you're underconfident talking to people, it's just like get yourself out into groups, get yourself out to parties. And the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, your energy will eventually your confidence will grow. You will get the job, you will get the position, you will feel good, it'll be the right thing for you. The King of Cups to me looks like they're celebrating, and it's something that you really want, and I think you're emotionally driven anyway. The Page of Cups is like that offer, and the Four of Cups puts the stability on these cards here that I felt were like a building or an organisation, or like, I don't know, it could be like a hospital, I don't know, but to me, with the water there and the Taurus, I'm thinking it's been quite arty. May not be that. So I was going to change the title because I couldn't answer it, from 3 changes to make in work this year. I'll try it for you, and I might change the title anyway. One would be to socialise, to get yourself out there in work situations, to come out of your shell and try and work with a group of people if you can, if that's an option, or more people, and to have confidence if you're going to apply for something. If you're going to apply for something, see yourself in the situation. You've put the effort in up until now. It's start feeling it and knowing that you can fit it, because it's highly probable that you'll get what you want. So if you need to learn more skills with these 2 cards here, keep at it, because it's going to get you where you need to be. Whether it's a college place, a different job position, working with different people, especially if you're in some sort of creative industry with these cards here. So hey, they are. I've answered it. I'm going to leave you there, pile number 2. Thank you. Bye. You've got here for you, with regards to your job situation, a lot of mutability. You may like to change quite often. You need to see fun in your job, in your work situation. It's got to make you feel alive, or you've got to feel seen or loved, or it's got to feel attractive to you. To me, this with the Sagittarius and the Lovers card, which is Sagittarius and Gemini, obviously, there's not a, and with the Leo here and the Pisces. This is slippery. This is energy of somebody that needs to feel alive in their work. Whether you're an actress, an actor, or they're both actors. Yeah, sorry. It's just something creative, and you've got to find something that makes your heart sing, to feel like you're living. You've got here why do you need to make changes? And I've got here the Knight of Swords, which compared to all these cards here is very stiff. It's very like watching, waiting, and trying to understand. So it's like almost release yourself, be yourself. These times of preparing or waiting or being cool or cold or even teaching in some way. If you're a teacher as well with these like cards, that the Sun card, I mean Sagittarius and Gemini, very typically teaching cards or teaching signs. Virgo's not in here, but Pisces as well for younger kids tends to be that type of thing, and the sun card is Leo. If you're a teacher, let's find out what's going to happen. I don't know how to answer that if you're a teacher, because you look for those qualities probably in work anyway. You know, bigger ideas, trying to relate them and communicate them, communicate them, the centre stage, the ability to be able to perform in some way when you're teaching. The High Priestess, what do you teach? So, what is your advice? Because you need to live that. Oh my gosh, okay, there's cards here, a bit similar to pile number 2 in a way. It's like connect, reach out, talk to people, have what I guess is the Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune is not only the feeling of being lucky, you know, confidence that the world, everything's going to turn out as you want it to, but also the will to keep going when you're not back. So this has got a feeling of maybe apply for different things, open yourself up to different situations and be almost a bit ballsy with the whole thing. The Sagittarius is ballsy. That's not a good word, is it? But there's that, you know, it's like confidence and you don't care. It's like you've got a purpose and you've got an idea. And if people almost nip at you in the midst of getting to where you want to go, it rolls off your back a little bit easier. And the Chariot card here is like, you know what you want probably from a long period of time of adjusting to things that you don't like to know which way you actually do want to go. You could be a teacher, I don't know. The Hierophant, you could be the Temperance, and you may end one situation to go into a different one if you feel that you're not emotionally fulfilled, if you feel that you're not learning. And a lot of the time, a lot of the time we feel that we need to, because we're getting paid for it, that we need to supply and supply and supply to other people or to other situations, or sometimes if it's working for other people, somebody else's idea. But this has always got a strange feeling here, well, not always, but it has got a strange feeling here of you also got to make yourself happy too. And if you're not happy, then it might be time to say, okay, that's not quite the thing for me, but thank you very much. You know, you may have just been on a journey and decided, liked it to begin with, but I'm looking for something else. And then the Ten of Swords, you may just move on. This hasn't got a bad feeling of dissatisfaction or struggling. It's got a feeling of finding what really makes you tick. And whether, I don't know whether you do stand up in front of people or whether that's just a mindset where you've decided that, you know, you've watched for long enough, you've thought for long enough, and maybe looking for something else. You're going to get it. You are going to get it. You are going to get it. Be brave, be confident, and almost push it with the Six of Wands, the Strength, and the Fool card at the end. It's like push it that little bit further than you think you can, because you might actually get a little bit more than you think you deserve or that you think you're worth, because this is quite a cool card and this is a very warm, big ending. So I didn't do this with pile number 1, so if you've watched pile 1 and 3, I apologise. 3 changes to make in work next year. The first one would be to drive and the ability to know that it's possible for you to get where you want in the end, and to communicate with people, to get yourself out there, chat to people, talk to people, because contacts with this card could be a way to get something different, I suppose, here. Maybe a situation will come to an end that could have restricted you in some way, because you're looking for bigger ideals and ideas with these cards here, and this card in the centre, but with these cards flanking it. And the last one is to changes to make. Oh my gosh, it feels like the Silvercreen advert that we have here. It's like to know that you're worth it with these cards at the end. That when you get to, if something comes up and you think, okay, somebody asked me to go and interview for this job, or somebody offered me this, or a sideline, or a part-time this, or it's like, oh no, I haven't got the confidence. It's like, do it. So if something's offered to you that you think is out of your league, it's like, do it, because it's going to bring the excitement into to your life that you probably have innate anyway, and you're going to just live it, and then you'll fit into it. It's not faking it, it's being it. So that's what I've got, pile number 3, a quick midweek reading. It probably out the weekend now because I probably won't remember. But thank you very much for joining me, and I'm going to say bye. Bye.